Hello and welcome to another episode of Conspiracy Chronicles. I'm your host, Gorkam Yaksel. In this installment, we're taking a leap into the realm of time travel. So, buckle up as we journey through the twists and turns of theories that challenge the very fabric of time itself. From the fantastical notions of traveling backward or forward in time to the tantalizing paradoxes that arise from altering history, our exploration will encompass the spectrum of time travel claims. We'll delve into the scientific foundations, the cultural fascination, and the astonishing possibilities that capture our imagination. As we plunge into this fascinating topic, we'll navigate through the space-time continuum, decipher theories that bend the laws of physics, and unravel the intricate tapestry of temporal anomalies. Prepare to be captivated, mystified if you will, and transported as we embark on a voyage through the labyrinth of time travel conspiracies. So, fasten your seatbelts and adjust your chronometers. In this episode of Conspiracy Chronicles, we're venturing beyond the confines of the present, embracing the timeless allure of the past, and the boundless intrigue of the future. So stay tuned for an exploration that promises to challenge your understanding of reality itself. Time travel refers to the hypothetical concept of moving between different points in time, much like moving between different locations in space. It involves the idea of traveling backward or forward in time, allowing an individual or object to experience events that have already occurred or are yet to happen. While time travel has captivated the imagination of many, it remains the subject of speculation and debate in both scientific and philosophical circles, as it raises complex questions about causality, paradoxes, and the fundamental nature of time itself. Michio Kaku, a theoretical physicist and popular science communicator, explains time travel by discussing its possibilities within the framework of Einstein's theories of relativity. He suggests that time travel could theoretically be achieved by bending or warping space-time.
Let's start with Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton believed that time was like an arrow. Once you fired it, it went in a straight direction. 1 second on the Earth was 1 second on Mars, was 1 second on Jupiter. It never reversed directions. Along comes Einstein, who says, not so fast, not so fast. Time is like a river, old man river, that meanders around stars, speeds up and slows down. The new wrinkle in all this, which is causing all the excitement and the dismay of philosophers, is that this river of time can fork into two rivers. Or perhaps the river of time can have whirlpools and time can go in on itself. In that case, time travel is something you have to take very seriously, because Einstein's equations do allow for time travel. And they're blueprints, blueprints for different kinds of time travel designs that are compatible with Einstein's theory. For example, gigantic spinning cylinders. You go around the cylinder and you come back before you left. Colliding cosmic strings. You wind around these cosmic strings and you come back before you left.
Kaku explains that according to Einstein's general theory of relativity, mass objects like stars and planets can create curves in space-time. If we could manipulate these curves, we might be able to create shortcuts through space-time, essentially allowing us to jump from one point in time to another. This concept is often illustrated using the analogy of a rubber sheet with a heavy ball on it, causing the sheet to curve around the ball. If you roll a smaller ball on the sheet, it will move along the curved path created by the heavy ball. The concept of the energy needed for time travel is closely tied to the theoretical framework of general relativity and the bending of space-time. According to Einstein's equations, mass objects like planets and stars create curves in space-time. To manipulate time travel, one would need to create or control these curves in a specific way. One proposed method for time travel involves creating a closed time-like curve, also known as a time loop. This would be a pathway that loops back in time and allows an object or person to return to an earlier moment. However, the energy required to create and maintain such a curve is a subject of debate and speculation among physicists. According to some theories, immense amounts of energy would be necessary to curve space-time in the required manner. This energy might be achievable through exotic forms of matter with negative energy density or by harnessing the energy of a black hole or an exploding star. The exact mechanisms and energy requirements remain uncertain, and it is important to note that these ideas are largely theoretical and unproven. Michio Kaku and other physicists have explored these concepts by delving into the possibilities of advanced technologies, hypothetical particles that could provide the necessary energy. However, as of now, these ideas remain in the realm of theoretical physics, and the feasibility of time travel and the energy requirements associated with it remain open questions for scientific exploration. The twin paradox experiment involving atomic clocks is a real-life demonstration of a phenomenon predicted by Einstein's theory of relativity, which deals with how time dilation occurs at high speeds. In this experiment, two atomic clocks are synchronized, and one is placed on an airplane while the other remains on the ground. The airplane travels at a high speed, and then returns to the ground. When the clocks are compared after the airplane's journey, the clock that was on the airplane had measured less time than the clock that remained on the ground. This is due to the effects of time dilation, which occurs when an object moves at a significant speed. The experiment illustrates that time is not a constant, but rather depends on factors like velocity and gravitational field strength. It's important to note that the effect is only significant at speeds approaching the speed of light or in a strong gravitational field, such as near a massive planet or a black hole. While this experiment demonstrates a form of time dilation, it is not the same as achieving time travel as commonly portrayed in science fiction. The time dilation observed in this experiment is a well-established prediction of Einstein's theory of relativity and has been confirmed through various experiments involving high-speed particles as well. The grandfather paradox is a famous thought experiment and paradox in the context of time travel. It's often used to illustrate some of the perplexing logical and causality issues that could arise if time travel were possible. The paradox goes like this. Imagine you travel back in time and accidentally prevent your own grandfather from meeting your grandmother. As a result, your parents are never born, which means you are never born. If you were never born, how could you have traveled back in time in the first place to prevent your grandfather's meeting? This creates a contradiction. If you prevented your own birth, then you wouldn't have been able to time travel and create the situation in the first place. Let's take a quick second to listen to this explanation.
As far as we know, time only moves in one direction, forward. But if you could loop back to visit the universe at an earlier point in time, a famous paradox arises. What if you killed your grandfather when he was a child? Then your father or mother wouldn't have been born, so you wouldn't have been born, so you wouldn't have been able to go back in time to kill your grandfather in the first place. Paradox. The simplest resolution to the grandfather paradox is that when you go back in time, you're actually not going back into your own history, but to a copy, and everything you do there influences the new alternate future of that universe, not your own past. But that's boring, because it just avoids the paradox. If what you do when you go back in time actually influences your own past, and the effects of your time travel do loop back to the present, future, past, no problem. Let's just follow the paradoxical timeline through beyond its paradoxical conclusion. You go back in time, kill your grandfather, thus you aren't born, so you can't go back in time, thus your grandfather isn't killed, thus you are born, so you go back in time and kill your grandfather, and so on. I'm showing this as a looping linear series of events, but really it's two entangled histories happening in parallel. Is that even possible? Well, I don't know about the time travel part, but subatomic particles regularly do multiple different things in parallel. It's called quantum superposition and is responsible for the weirdness of the double-slit experiment, many properties of atoms and molecules, fusion in the sun's core, and so on. So if the universe were to exist in a superposition of two states, your grandfather's alive and your grandfather is dead, then the natural result is a superposition of two states. You're born and able to go back in time to kill your grandfather, and you're not born. And the natural result of these is a superposition of two states. Your grandfather is dead, and your grandfather is alive. And so, at least from a logical perspective, this looping timeline is entirely consistent and there's no paradox. And a similar paradox-free solution can be obtained by viewing the problem as a steady-state solution to a Markov chain, but I won't go into that here. Now, of course, nothing about these solutions to the grandfather paradox suggests that closed time loops are actually possible. In fact, some of the implications this kind of time loop have in the study of complexity theory seem to suggest that time loops, and thus time travel into the past, must be impossible. But the main point is sometimes we think a situation creates a paradox when it doesn't, and really the only paradox is how our thinking can be twisted enough to dream up time-traveling murderous grandsons, but not twisted enough to think about twisting time.
The grandfather paradox highlights the potential inconsistencies and logical conflicts that arise when considering the consequences of changing events in the past. It's one of the reasons why time travel is such a challenging concept to reconcile within our understanding of causality and the flow of time. Various theories and discussions have emerged to try and address and explain away the paradox, such as the idea that traveling to the past creates a separate timeline, or parallel universes where changes can occur without affecting the original timeline. These ideas, however, remain speculative and are often used in science fiction to explore the complex implications of time travel. Let's dig a little deeper into this parallel universe theory. One way to potentially reconcile time travel with the paradoxes it presents is by considering parallel universes. The basic idea is that when you travel back in time and change something, instead of altering your own timeline, you create a new timeline or universe where those changes take place. This new universe would exist alongside the original one, like two separate branches of reality. The concept of parallel universes allows for infinite possibilities to coexist. Every possible choice and outcome creates a new universe, branching out like a tree with countless branches. In one universe, you might be an astronaut. In another, a musician. This idea has parallels with many worlds' interpretation of quantum mechanics. However, the notion of parallel universes and time travel also introduces complexity. If every action spawns a new universe, the number of universes would be astronomical. The interactions between these universes could become overwhelming to comprehend. In certain theories, time travel could be portrayed as a one-way trip. For example, if you were to travel back in time and make changes to the past, those changes might alter the course of events in ways that prevent you from returning to your original timeline. This could lead to a scenario where you're stuck in the past or in an alternate timeline that diverge due to your actions. In other scenarios, time travel could involve round-trip journeys similar to how we travel between different locations in space. This would imply that you could travel back and forth between different moments in time. However, in a round-trip time travel scenario, there could be complexities and paradoxes to consider, such as the potential for altering your own timeline or creating inconsistencies. One of the key principles of Einstein's theory of relativity is time dilation, which states that time passes differently in strong gravitational fields. Black holes have an incredibly strong gravitational pull due to their immense mass, and this gravitational force can cause time to slow down for objects near the event horizon, the boundary around the black hole. This phenomenon has been confirmed through observations of light bending around massive objects. Wormholes are hypothetical tunnels or shortcuts through space-time that could potentially connect distant parts of the universe or even different moments in time. Some time travel theories involve using black holes as one end of a traversable wormhole, where one end is near a black hole's event horizon and the other is elsewhere in space or time. Traveling through such a wormhole could allow for a form of time travel, although the stability and feasibility of wormholes remain speculative. Black holes are also often associated with discussions about causality violations, situations where the order of cause and effect become disrupted. Some theories propose that extreme conditions near black holes, such as the closed time-like curves, paths that loop back in time, could potentially lead to situations that challenge our understanding of causality. A theoretical construct known as the Tipler cylinder suggests that the rotating, infinitely long cylinder could create a frame-dragging effect on space-time. This effect could, in theory, allow for closed time-like curves around the cylinder, leading to the possibility of time travel. While intriguing, this concept involves very speculative conditions and is not supported by current physics. Claims of time travelers appearing in old pictures are often part of the internet lore, urban legends, and speculative discussions. These claims typically involve individuals pointing out certain historical photographs that appear to show people dressed in clothing or possessing objects that seem out of place for their time. These claims are intriguing but are not supported by substantial evidence and are often more a product of imagination and creative interpretation. Here's what you need to know about these claims. Claims of time travelers in old pictures often focus on anachronisms, which are elements that seem out of place in context of the time period depicted in the photo. This could include clothing, hairstyles, or objects that appear more modern than the surrounding environment. While some anachronisms might be puzzling, they can often be explained by various factors. Clothing styles and trends can vary widely within a single era, and objects might be less familiar to us due to the technological changes. Claims of time travelers often involve creative interpretation of historical images. People might identify vague resemblances between a historical figure and a modern celebrity, leading to speculations about time travel. In some cases, the appearance of time travelers in old pictures might be the result of digital manipulation or hoaxes. With modern technology, it's relatively easy to edit photos and create the illusion of time travelers. Confirmation bias plays a role in these claims. People tend to notice and remember things that confirm their beliefs or expectations. If someone is looking for evidence of time travelers, they might be more likely to interpret ambiguous images in that context. The phenomenon of people claiming to be from the future or possessing advanced knowledge is often associated with urban legends, conspiracy theories, and psychological factors. While it might capture the attention and imagination, there are several reasons why these claims should be approached with skepticism. Claiming to be from the future or possessing secret knowledge can garner attention and make individuals feel special. People are drawn to the mysterious and extraordinary, and such claims can give a person a sense of importance or uniqueness. Some individuals who make such claims might genuinely believe in what they're saying due to the psychological factors like confabulation, unintentional fabrication of events, or delusions. These factors can lead individuals to construct elaborate stories that they believe to be true. Some claims of time travel might be deliberate hoaxes or pranks aimed at deceiving others or gaining notoriety. The proliferation of the internet and social media can amplify such claims, making them more visible and potentially reaching a larger audience. In some cases, individuals who make fantastical claims about being from the future might be experiencing mental health challenges. Delusions, schizophrenia, or other psychological conditions could contribute to their beliefs. People might make such claims to connect with others who share similar beliefs or interests. Group dynamics and a sense of belonging can play a significant role in fostering and reinforcing these claims. In a world filled with uncertainty, some individuals might be drawn to those who claim to possess hidden knowledge or insights about the future. This can provide a sense of security or guidance in a chaotic world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying time travel is never possible, but with our technological understanding as of today, it is definitely hard to conceive. That's not to say 1,000 or even 2,000 years from now, we have advanced significantly enough to harness such energy required to achieve this. It is, however, interesting that almost all claims from time travelers come with warnings of doom and gloom and society's demise. Wars, famine, and environmental impacts are among the claims made by these individuals. I have yet to hear some good news from the future, something for us to look forward to. Most have come back from the future to collect items or conduct special missions as part of a task force. Let's talk about some of these self-claimed time travelers. John Titor claimed to be a soldier from the future, the year 2036, where time travel was developed and used for military purposes. He stated that he was sent back to the past to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he said was needed to solve a critical issue in his future. He provided technical details about time travel, the nature of his mission, and future events, which included predictions about societal changes, technological advancements, and even a prediction about a civil war in the United States. Titor's story was characterized by its level of detail and the extensive interactions he had with forum members. He answered questions, discussed physics, and shared information about his world line. He even shared pictures of his time machine and alleged military documents related to his mission. Titor referred to his time machine as the C-204 Time Displacement Unit. He mentioned that it was created by General Electric in 2034 and was later produced by Bosch. Titor claimed that the device used a form of time travel technology known as VGL, Variable Gravity Lock, to manipulate gravity and create microsingularities that could bend space-time. Titor described the time machine as a device that was about the size of a car and was mounted vertically. He posted images of the time machine, which resembled a complex array of pipes, cables, and electronic components. He also provided technical details about the way the machine operated and how it was powered. Titor claimed that the time machine utilized two microsingularities, which were created by injecting a small particle with high-energy electrons. These microsingularities would then be manipulated to create the desired effect of time travel. Titor mentioned that operating the time machine could cause temporal distortions and could lead to unexpected side effects, such as changes to the traveler's physical appearance upon returning to their original timeline. Titor stated that in his future, computer systems used outdated programming languages that were no longer compatible with modern technology. He claimed that the IBM 5100 was one of the few devices that could run and debug these legacy programming languages, making it essential for accessing and solving specific technical problems. Titor explained for needing the IBM 5100 was rooted in the idea that the computer contained a hidden feature that allowed it to emulate and run different computer systems. He claimed that this feature would enable him to obtain hard-to-find and discontinued components needed to maintain the computer systems of his time. Titor mentioned that the infrastructure of his world was affected by a computer bug that caused disruptions and malfunctions. He believed that the IBM 5100 could help diagnose and fix this bug, ensuring the proper functioning of various systems. Titor claimed that the IBM 5100 was also equipped with a security feature that allowed it to communicate securely with certain computer systems, making it useful for his mission. John Titor made a series of predictions about future events and developments. He shared these predictions on his online posts on various internet forums. Titor predicted a civil war in the United States that would begin in 2004 and would last nearly a decade. He claimed that the war would involve conflicts over political and social issues, leading to a fractured country. Fortunately, this never happened. Titor mentioned the Y2K bug, the year 2000 problem, and its aftermath, claiming that it would cause disruptions to computer systems and infrastructure. However, these predictions were made after the Y2K bug had already passed. Titor predicted changes in government structures and societal values in his future timeline, including a shift towards community-based governance and the importance of self-sufficiency. Titor discussed the potential consequences of a mad cow disease outbreak, stating that it would lead to a stricter regulation on food safety and the development of new agricultural practices. Titor claimed that in his future, technology would progress significantly with advanced medical treatments, communication devices, and energy sources. He also predicted a shift towards decentralized power generation. Sounds far-fetched, I know. Let's talk about somebody else named Andrew Carlson. Andrew Carlson is a name associated with an urban legend and a fictional story involving claims of time travel and stock market manipulation. According to the legend, Andrew Carlson was a man who claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2256. He allegedly made a series of accurate and highly profitable stock market trades, leading to suspicions of insider trading and manipulation. The story gained attention on the internet and in various tabloid-like publications. However, it's important to note that the Andrew Carlson story is widely regarded as a hoax and a work of creative fiction. There is no credible evidence or verifiable information to support the claims made in the legend. The story seems to have originated on an internet humor website and was subsequently picked up and circulated by other sources. The urban legend of Andrew Carlson is often cited as an example of how fictional narratives can gain traction in the age of the internet, where information spreads quickly and can be easily shared without proper fact-checking. While the story may be entertaining and intriguing, it lacks the credibility required for serious consideration within the realms of science, time travel, or stock market behavior. Moving on, a time traveler by the name of Adam Archon made his presence recently. He claims to be from the year 2045. We've been able to obtain a lie detector interview that he took recently. Let's take a listen.
Hello, I am Adam Archon, and I am a time traveler from the year 2045. I have agreed to do a lie detector test with Apex TV today to prove to you that I am telling the truth. I need to prove to you that this is true so that you can take the information that I am giving you and make the world a better place. Yes, I am a time traveler from the year 2045. Yes, I do have an implanted chip in my hand known as the One. You see, when a chip is put into your hand, like it was in my case, or any part of the body, which in other cases can be, since it is a foreign object, my body was slightly rejecting it, so my hand was getting swollen. Luckily, as you can see now, the swelling has completely gone down, and everything is basically normal. Yes, it is true that aliens did land on Earth in August 2028. In fact, we have known of the existence of aliens before 2028, but it isn't until 2028 that it becomes public knowledge. Yes, it is true that time travel was released to the public in 2028, but it was invented in 1981. It was just kept secret until they released it publicly. Yes, Yolanda Renee King does become, and she is in fact noted as the greatest president of the United States. Yes, I can confirm that aliens do not come from space, but I cannot elaborate on where they come from because of the possibility of a paradox. Yes, in 2030, all of the world's countries converge into one supernation. Within the nation, 7 districts are formed. In fact, the United States becomes a state in District 3. Yes, the districts are formed and resembled as the continents once were. Yes, there in fact is an AI that governs the entire world, and 10 people that monitor its decisions. The 10 people mainly monitor the AI's programming and check its morality to see if its decisions are best suited for the people. Yes, there is a single currency, and to form transactions with it, all you have to use is a chip that is implanted into your hand. Yes, there is no cash. Yes, there is an AI that is released to all of the world known as the Light. It is put into every single device, and you can ask it anything you want, and it'll give it an answer to the best of its ability. Yes, through the Avatar program, you were able to get your own avatar, connect to it from anywhere in the world, and then you can take the avatar anywhere in the world with superhuman abilities. Yes, you wear a suit to simulate yourself being the avatar, and the avatar will mimic your action. No, you can't get hurt. The avatars are nearly indestructible, but with the slight chance that they are damaged, it will not be transmitted to your body. Yes, overpopulation has become a big issue for the fact of that most people live in large cities. Many current cities will be destroyed due to rising sea levels. For one example I will give is Los Angeles. Yes, the location of it as of now is underwater in the future, but the city is practically completely relocated and there is now a new Los Angeles. In fashion, the color spectrum has greatly disappeared. You mainly just see black and white on clothes in the future. Yes, that is why I'm wearing this white shirt with my favorite black and white tie. I promise that I am a time traveler. Yes, in 2045, in full force, we are completely converging with robots. Yes, we can completely upload our mind into a robot and simulation, which we can live in forever. Yes, I've been in many of those simulations. You can visit and do anything you want. I actually prefer the past. I enjoy the history part of it instead of the fictional part of it involved with the simulations. The main reason I actually came back here was because it's around before the time that I was born. I was born December 6, 2019. Yes, I will be born later this year. Yes, in fact, I have numerous amounts of evidence, including a map of the new world. I would, in fact, be open to drawing a picture of the aliens. I can also show you some technology from the future as well. I think all the viewers out there will be really amazed with what I have to show. In the future, holographic displays replace most of regular screen displays. Yes, augmented reality is becoming big. We in fact have contact lenses that can project augmented reality for whoever is the wearer. In fact, you can link two contact lenses. If two people would like to see the same thing, they can link the two contact lenses together and be seeing the same image. Yes, we have underwater cities, much like what you guys would call Atlantis today, becomes a reality in the future. Yes, we do have dinosaur zoos in the future. You can see T-Rexes, Triceratops, Velociraptors. If they existed, you can see it. Yes, people can go and visit things in the past, like to go visit the dinosaurs or major world events. They go in something that you would probably think of as a modern-day UFO. In fact, most UFO sightings in this time are future time travelers. There are people in those UFOs from the future coming back to watch past events. The UFOs have a technology to make them invisible, but at some times they can be faulty or the invisibility can fail, which leads to a UFO sighting. If anyone has any doubts or questions about what I have said, just wait and you will see that everything that I have described will come true. But I will also be happy to answer any questions anyone has.
So according to this, all of the things that you heard indicated a true statement. Adam has truly made some astonishing claims. We will be able to validate these claims in due time. In the meantime, another interesting theory comes from the TV show The Simpsons. Is someone that works for the TV network actually from the future and secretly depicting future events through episodes? Some seem to think so. The theory that The Simpsons TV show has predicted various real-world events has gained attention over the years. The show, known for its satirical and often surreal humor, has portrayed scenarios that seem to align with future events. While these instances have led to speculation and discussion, there is no evidence to suggest that someone working on the show is from the future. Here are a few examples of Simpsons episodes that are often cited in relation to predictions. An episode from the year 2000 depicted a future where Donald Trump was President of the United States. Interestingly, Trump's actual presidency began in 2017. Episodes from the early 1990s showcased devices resembling smartwatches and video calls, which became more prevalent in the following decades. The show also featured autocorrect humor before smartphones became widespread. The Simpsons often exaggerates existing technology, sometimes coincidentally resembling future inventions. It's important to approach these examples with a critical perspective. The similarities between Simpsons episodes and real-world events could be coincidental or the result of extrapolating from existing trends. The idea that someone on the show is from the future is purely speculative and lacks credible evidence. The Simpsons has been on the air for decades, and its creators and writers have a keen sense of satire and cultural commentary. While the show has seemingly predicted some events, it's likely due to its ability to tap into the collective imagination and anticipate societal changes rather than actual time travel or precognition. In exploring the intriguing realm of time travel, we've ventured into the unknown, delving into concepts that challenge our understanding of the universe and the fabric of reality itself. From the alluring possibilities of parallel universes to the complexities of causality and paradoxes, the notion of time travel takes us on a journey that transcends the boundaries of our everyday experiences. As we navigate the intricate landscapes of theoretical physics, it becomes apparent that the quest for time travel is more than just a fascination with the past or future. It reflects our innate curiosity, our desire to unlock the mysteries of existence, and our yearning to grasp the untamed forces that shape our world. However, it is essential to remember that the world of time travel, as captivating as it may be, remains rooted in the realms of speculation and imagination. While science fiction has given us a glimpse of what time travel could entail, the practical realization of such journeys is far from certain. In the end, the allure of time travel invites us to ponder not only the intricacies of space-time, but also the nature of our own humanity. It asks us to question how we perceive time, memory, and the moments that shape our lives. As we ponder the mysteries of time, let us embrace the wonder and uncertainty that comes with the exploration of the unknown, reminding ourselves that the greatest journeys often begin at the realms of our imagination. Thank you for joining me on this amazing journey. My name is Gorkum Yuxel, and you've been listening to Conspiracy Chronicles, Unveiling the Truth. Join us next week for another dive into the unknown, and until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay connected.